Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. Just not that long ago, probably like 30 minutes ago, I got a phone call that pretty much made my jaw drop when I was on the phone. So this guy calls me and he's like, hey, I have a hotel on Clearwater Beach and I'm looking for someone to remove a bunch of mattresses because we're getting all new mattresses. And I'm already thinking, I'm like, geez, a hotel? I'm like, how many is this guy gonna say? Like, how many rooms are in this hotel? Like maybe 100 rooms. And I was like, 100 mattresses. I'm already in my head, like thinking about it. How would I even remove that many mattresses? If I rented a U-Haul, I'd need like at least 5 employees and it'd probably take so long, especially if I'm not all in the rooms. And then obviously my next question when I'm on the phone is, I'm like, all right, sounds good. Yeah, that's something we normally handle. We remove mattresses all the time. How many mattresses? And this dude says 700 mattresses. And I'm like, pause for a second, got a million thoughts running through my head. I don't know what to say. And I'm like, yeah, are they all in the room still? And he's like, well, no, we'd have them all on the first floor and ready to go pretty much. But he's like, we would just need someone to be able to do it in a timely manner, like not take weeks to do it. They need 10 guys or like a bunch of laborers going at once, just filling up big trucks and trying to get the job done in a timely manner, like I said. So I'm on the phone and I'm telling him, I was like, I just don't have that kind of manpower. I really don't think I could handle the job. So I hang up and we get off the phone and I was like, my bad. And he's like, oh, I understand. I get off the phone and I'm thinking about it. I talk it over for my dad, we're redoing the downstairs right now, and I'm talking to him and he's like, no way. He's like, you didn't even try to like figure something out? And I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should have tried to figure something out. I could have hired a bunch of day laborers, but then I'm thinking about that. Those are usually just fly by night guys that probably I'm gonna be overpaying. And then thought in my head, I'm like, I got Carlos. I was like, Carlos is over in Tampa. He's probably got 10 employees. So I call Carlos. We go over it. He's like, what are you, stupid? He's like, why'd you turn that down? Like, why would you not jump all over that? You could have called me. And I was like, oh my God, you're so right. Like, I just pretty much said no to like $30,000. So me and Carlos talk it over. I call the guy back and I'm like, hey, I talked to my partner over in Tampa. He owns another junk removal company. I'm thinking if we come together, we might have enough manpower to handle this job for you. We'd like to come and take a look at it and both walk over the job and give you a price per person. And he's like, oh yeah, sure, that's fine. And so that's what we're doing. Me and Carlos agreed that if we land this job, we're just going to split it down the middle because he's going to be doing a lot more of the work. He's bringing on all his manpower. He's probably going to be talking to the guy more when we're quoting it. He's probably going to bring up the contract. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to go quote this job with Carlos in about an hour and see if we get it. If we don't, we don't. It's still cool content. Never even quoted something remotely close to this big of a job, so it's going to be cool. Carlos is going to come pick me up in like an hour. We're going to head down to Clearwater Beach and check in then. All right, on the way. I'm driving, taking a little caffeine down the hatch because I'm exhausted. We're in for a show. We sure are. We have arrived. This is the unit. Holy crap, I'm a little nervous. Nervous? He's nervous too. Oh, about to quote a lot of mattresses. So I think this is where the mattresses are gonna go. All right, quick update. I tried to video as much as I could without like obviously not being unprofessional because this is a huge job and we really need this. But that area I videoed down in the parking garage, I think is where he's gonna have all the employees put the mattresses. So they will all be on the first floor. So really all me and Carlos have to do or have our employees do is literally back the Penske truck up to the opening of the parking garage and drag the mattresses into the Penske truck, because I'm assuming that's the truck we're going to use because it's like the biggest one you can get. Just do 90 mattresses a day and it's going to drag out about over 8 days because they can only do 90 a day because they're literally going to have to take them off the beds and replace them with the new ones. It's going to be a whole process. We're thinking we're going to send a quote over email tonight. Me and Carlos have been talking it over for like the last hour. We sat in the truck for a minute, talked it over, and how we're going to split it and everything. We're thinking 30 grand. It might seem a little high, but the Penske truck is going to be thousands of dollars for 8 days. We're going to have thousands of dollars in dump fees. We're going to have a lot of money in gas. We're going to have thousands of dollars in employee fees. And it's just going to be a lot of time and labor and responsibility. So we're thinking, we've quoted it out pretty fairly. It came out to like $2,200 or something a truckload, and that's pretty fair. A Penske is a huge truck. It's not like the 26-foot U-Haul. They're a little bit bigger than that. $2,200 trailer load is fair, even though the final number sounds ridiculous, 30 grand, but there's like 700 mattresses. That's just what we think it's gonna be. We're gonna fire that quote over tonight, and I will update you guys if we get the job or not. We'll go from there. All right, not the best news ever this morning. So we sent our quote in last night for right around 30 grand. We knew that was like expensive, but we talked it over, and expenses for that job were going to be around $10,000, and it just made sense to just be closer to 30, just in case something goes wrong. And usually in business, you 3x whatever your expenses are, or somewhere around there. So we just came to the number for around 30 grand. That also made it fair for both of us, since we're splitting it, to both get paid a good lump sum of money. But I mean, if I was by myself, I could have quoted the job at like 22 grand, and that would have still been probably like a good number and not undercutting myself too much. Since me and Carlos were both on it, we agreed like right around 30 grand, and it made sense after walking over the numbers and probably what someone should charge for a job like that. I don't know, we might be blowing smoke up our own behinds, but let me know what you guys think. Was 30 grand too much? Was it not enough? I doubt it was not enough, because we definitely were trying to compensate for expenses there. First time ever quoting something that big, so we could have been way off, but I don't know, just drop in the comments. Hopefully we can reach back out to them and try to work out a different number maybe. I'm sure we can come down on that number a little bit, but it's not like me and Carlos are going to do this whole job, because it dragged out. It's going to drag out over 8 to 9 days, this job, because we're going to be doing 90 mattresses a day. So it's going to be like a lot of work and a lot of truck rental expenses, a lot of employee expenses. So like, it ain't no 3-day bust out 700 mattresses ordeal, or maybe we'd be at like 20 grand. We thought 30K was pretty fair, and especially for this hotel in Clearwater Beach. Not saying that this went into factor, but like, this is, whoever owns this place or is running this property is a complete millionaire. Clearwater Beach's hotels are like probably one of the most sought after hotels in the area. We really didn't think coming at them with a competitive number would be an issue. We both thought for sure they would accept that, but they declined it this morning, so that sucked. But I'm gonna wrap up the video here and update you guys if anything else happens. We come to another number, we talk to them and negotiate a little bit. Looking like we're not gonna get the job, maybe. Sucks, but at least I got a good video out of it, and that is by far the biggest job I've ever quoted. Would have been crazy. But yeah, if you enjoyed, or if you just want to drop some comments and put your input below, go ahead and do that. I love reading your guys' comments, and that's all I got for this video. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.